The balance of power in Congress is up for grabs on Tuesday, along with the biggest state races, and the deadline to vote early across Central Florida is tomorrow, depending on where you live. News 6's Brian Didlake is talking to election leaders tonight.
As early voting is ending this weekend, two supervisor of elections both say that turnout has been lower this midterm election than previous year, but both say that they're hopeful that more people will get out and vote.
Our total percentage now is about a little over 30% of our voters have already voted either by mail or in person.
Alan Hayes, the supervisor of elections for Lake County, sharing the numbers so far from early voting. Lake County, alongside of Volusia, Brevard, Polk, Marion, and Flagler counties, all ending early voting Saturday. Meanwhile, in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole County, they will be ending Sunday. It's in Seminole where the supervisor of elections, Chris Anderson, is making his final push for early voting participation.
You have to get out and vote if you want to be heard. So the one thing that I would say directly to a voter that was on the fence about whether or not they should vote, this is your chance.
Both Anderson and Hayes report low numbers for early voting, even after the two participated in a multi-county push for voter participation this past Tuesday. Anderson says since then turnout has been low, but he has seen an increase in his county.
We did a big push to see voters get out and encourage them to vote. And since then, we've had almost about 5,000 votes per day.
Hayes tells me now that Lake County's early voting locations are wrapped up, it's time to prepare for Election Day.
We already have deployed a whole lot of our precinct equipment that's going to be used on Tuesday. We have a few more last minute deliveries to make on Monday. And then Bryda and Bushy team will come to work on Tuesday morning.
Both Hayes and Anderson say they do expect voting numbers to rise come Tuesday.
This early voting session has been very, very smooth. The voters have been very understanding. The poll watchers have been very accommodating. Really couldn't ask for anything better.
I would like to think that people are not going to wait and they're going to vote. No matter how they choose to vote, they're going to turn out.
Again, for those voting in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole counties, you have until 7 or 8 p.m. Sunday to cast your ballot for early voting. We're in the newsroom. Brian Didlake getting results. News 6.
And keep in mind, if you still have a mail-in ballot, it is too late to mail it in. It has to be at the Supervisor of Elections office no later than 7 p.m. on election night. So at this point, your best bet is to deliver it in person to your elections office. You can also drop it off at an early voting site, again, depending on if your county is still doing early voting tomorrow, or you can exchange it for an in-person ballot on Election Day.